Hello, Brian Vitsky again with the Taylor Auto Group, and I'm here today to talk about the technology on a vehicle to help prevent the accident. My previous video, I did touch base on the features that were on a vehicle that did help protect you once you've been in an accident. Again, safety is something very, very important to me, and I hope a lot of you are paying attention to it. From the very entry-level vehicle, the Accent, to the high-end Equus, these features are standard, which is an amazing feat. Okay, features like ABS brakes, brake force distribution, brake assist, traction control, electronic stability control, and now vehicle stability management. All of them work in harmony together, and all of them serve a different purpose. Take ABS brakes, for example. ABS brakes is nothing new, nothing that we haven't had before, nothing that we haven't experienced under any kind of driving conditions, whether you're dealing with a wonderful snow, rainy day, puddles, mud, whatever it might be. We've all had ABS work and experience it. But in most cases it does freak us out a little bit, because as you push your foot on that brake pedal, you feel that pulsation. What we forget is that ABS isn't designed to help you stop better. ABS is designed to pulsate the brakes to prevent your brakes from locking up, to allow you to steer to avoid the accident. Now, Hyundai added some features like brake assist and brake force distribution to help you stop better and to work in harmony with ABS. Now, electronic brake force distribution, essentially you got to kind of put yourself in that position. Put yourself in an experience where you can relate to. And that is, you've looked in the back seat, you looked on your passenger seat, you checked your cell phone, and you look up and all you see is tail lights. And you react. You slam on your brakes and you feel that whole part of your brake system push forward. The rear end comes up a little bit. Well, brake force distribution levels the car out, and it works out when you're turning as well. So if you're in the midst of a turn to try and avoid the accident in harmony with ABS brakes, it's still going to keep you level. Now, brake assist senses that reaction, that human nature, that thing that we do when we respond. You know, we slam our foot on that brake pedal. And we slam your foot on that brake pedal, you're telling your brake system to do something it's not used to. I mean, every day we just ease our foot into that brake pedal. But with brake assist, we react, and you slam on your foot on that brake pedal, and you're telling that ball, that brake fluid, to go shifting to all four wheels, and it's telling it to do something it's not used to. But brake assist allows it to sense that reaction, and it shifts the brake force evenly across the car, tells it which ways to brake the car better, which areas need more force, which areas don't need a little less force, to keep that car level, keep that car even, and keep your braking distance better. Three very important features that do add to the reason why Hyundai achieves those accolades in safety. Now, traction control, another feature that we haven't really, that's nothing new, been around for a long time. But traction control, just like anything else, has evolved. It works better than it used to when it first came out. It does more stuff. It has more features to it than it first came out. Traction control essentially is the idea that when you're accelerating, whether you're coming from a dead stop or you're at 25, 35 miles an hour and you're accelerating under slippery conditions, it's going to talk to the engine. It's going to talk to the engine. It's going to talk to the transmission. It's going to tell you the transmission to not shift to a higher gear. It's going to tell your throttle not to give it more gas, not to give it more air, and it's going to pulsate the brakes at the same time, allowing you to gain traction, do what the car's supposed to do, okay, and keep moving forward without sliding out of control. Now you've got electronic stability control, which a very interesting statistic is that 43% of your vehicles that were involved in self-involved accidents could have been prevented if they would have had electronic stability control. Now, I can tell you, I've preached about electronic stability control. I've told plenty of customers about it, told my family and friends about it, told me you got to look for it, but I never, ever really experienced it until Hyundai, during the training class, really set up a course where electronic stability control would be forced to become active. And it was impressive. Essentially what they did was they put us in this course where you came into this high speeds and you went down to this turn, and then you continued through this turn, which you just knew was not physically possible. At the speed they told you to go around this turn was just impossible. Your brain told you to push the foot on the brake to kind of slow down to make this turn. Hyundai didn't want you to make this turn. They told us to accelerate during this. And to make matters worse, they covered it with grass, water, mud, gravel during this entire turn. And as we come into this turn and you're afraid you're going to start knocking out these cones, you're going to slide out of control, you felt electronic stability control kick you back into place and maintain your intended path. It did it without any reaction from me. It was incredible. I never experienced anything like that. It was an amazing way that that feature worked. So put yourself in that situation where you have to deal with those emergency circumstances. I mean, a ball comes flying out in the street, a deer runs out in the street, someone's on your tail a little bit and you have to accelerate through a turn that you didn't plan on. Just put yourself through those everyday scenarios. It's not part of what you do, it's an accident, right? It's something you're not planning on. But you have technology there to help prevent you from those accidents. Now, some vehicles, they do have vehicle stability management. Essentially what vehicle stability management is it tells all of those features to work together. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you can go through any other manufacturer and look on the Monroney sticker and see that it has all these features and this technology on them. Sure, there's plenty of manufacturers out there and car companies that do. The thing that's nice about Hyundai is how those features operate. You know, every computer does the same thing. They turn on, they turn off, but why do some computers work better than others? Hyundai's operating systems seem to set a high standard that other manufacturers have to keep up with. And those features work very, very well. They work very efficiently. They work very intuitively. And it is something to add a little security to your everyday features. You may drive your car and never ever have to experience it. But it makes me feel very nice to know those features are out there protecting myself and my children during my everyday activities. So I hope this is informative. I hope you have any questions that you'll give us a call. Again, my name is Brian Vitsky with the Taylor Auto Group. Thank you very much. Bye.
Traction control gives you greater control and acceleration in slippery conditions by regulating engine power and applying the brakes to individual wheels to help reduce wheel spin.
Electronic stability control uses an army of sensors to detect the slightest loss of control and apply braking to individual wheels to help keep you on your intended path. And studies show that ESC dramatically reduces your chances of being involved in a crash.